All right, you guys, so I told you I was going to do a part 3 as far as updating you of what's going on with Mandy, and also about investigating some of these claims about Mandy that some of these subscribers or donators are making. So I have definitely looked into those, and you guys, this is out of control. This is really out of control right now, and I'm going to explain to you why here in just a second. But we have a list of things to go over. I also went through my comment section and I did pull some questions from that quite a few of you asked that were really good questions. So I just wanted to come on here and answer them. That way I'm not having to answer them repeatedly over and over again in the comments. So if you guys are ready, let's do this. All right, you guys, so before we get into this, obviously, I look like crap right now. Thank you for not saying it in the comment sections. I appreciate you. But I really haven't had time to put makeup on or really do much of anything because I've been super busy and involved with all of this. And I think you guys will appreciate some of the research that I've been doing here. So the first thing that I want to address is me knowing Mandy. First off, I do not know Mandy. Like, we're not best friends. We don't know each other. We're not like, you know, a sister from another mister kind. No. It's nothing like that. Do Mandy and I have a past? Yes, I've already told you guys that. I said that in the first video. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this up for you guys right here so you can see for yourselves that Mandy and I have a past, but it's not a good one, okay? The last time that we spoke prior to this whole situation going on was in August of 2019. We had a back and forth conversation behind closed doors, as it should have been, and it wasn't anything good. I'm not going to show you guys all the emails back and forth, but you can see my email to her. I'll just go ahead and show you one of her replies to me in direct response to that email, and it just kind of went from there. Again, this was a problem that I had with Mandy and a video she did personally and claims that she was making that I felt were not true. And me and her went back and forth behind closed doors because that is how YouTubers or grown women should conduct themselves. If you have a problem with somebody, you should go to them. So that is that. The second thing I'm going to show you right here is the text message that I sent to Tira the day before I went, the one where I said, like, hey, look, there's some things that you probably don't know, because again, I felt like Mandy might be scamming everybody. I felt that way too. You guys can say whatever you want, but again, the proof is in the pudding. I thought that Tira was kind of sticking her neck out and going to get chopped off. My friend Michelle thought that. That is why she called me and said, hey, can you get a hold of Tira, because I don't want to see her get hurt over this. Here is my text message from my best friend Michelle a couple of days later, apologizing to me for getting me involved in all this, because she knows directly firsthand all the crap that I am now dealing with because of this. And I'm choosing to deal with this. Like, it is what it is. Like, it's like I made the decision to go out there. I said before I went out there, if she really needs help, we'll help her. If she's not, if she doesn't, and she's scamming people, people have a right to know, point blank. And I am a woman of my word. I stand by my word. For those of you guys that have been here with me from day one, you know that. Everybody else, let me give you a clue. I'm a woman of my word. I'm as loyal as they come. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I mean, it may take me a little longer than expected to do it, but I'm going to do it. All right. Second, Mandy asking for donations for over 2 years. This is false. I don't know who and why and what is spreading this. I've seen it so many times over in my comments, but there is a timeline, and quite frankly, it's, you know, I've went through Mandy's videos, other people have went through Mandy's videos, like there's a huge chunk where she didn't ask for anything. And if anybody can show me a receipt of a donation that they sent to Mandy in between after July of 2019 and between July of 2019 and August 4th of 2020, after and before those times, if you can show me anything, please, by all means. Now, I know there was a March incident where her internet got shut off and she put her PayPal in her thing, and I was sent a receipt for that, but come to find out that was fake. I've already called that person out for it, and they magically haven't responded. So again, I'm getting a lot of fake receipts, you guys. I'm getting some real receipts, but I'm also getting a lot of fake crap. And I've about had it, because these are grown women that are, we're going to get to that. Okay. Somebody asked in the comment section about changing her channel over in content. Why doesn't she do that? Why doesn't she do like a Homelessness in America series? So let me just go ahead and put this out for everyone. That's not how YouTube works. I wish that's how it worked, but that's not how YouTube works. The way YouTube works, especially if you've had a channel and you've already kind of found a niche in that channel for over a year, and you've already got, you're kind of already in the YouTube algorithm. If you try to change your content over, YouTube doesn't really recognize that, and they will not promote your videos. And I'll give you a really good example, my own channel, right? So when I do a BoxyCharm video or an unboxing, Ipsy, the box, something like that, YouTube will notify my subscribers, okay? And they notify 4% of my subscribers. That's it. Now, if those 4% of my subscribers click on that video because it's something they're used to seeing from me, they want to see, then they'll click on it, and then they'll notify the next 4% and the next 4% up to 16%. Now, if a certain percentage of that first 4% does not click on that video, then it's considered dead in the water to YouTube. YouTube will not promote it later, okay? And depending on the tags and the description and everything else, YouTube sometimes doesn't even promote that 4%. Like, for instance, if I did, like, when I did my video about the Amazon cream here, this stuff right here, I got like 500 views on that. Why? Because not that many people got notified. Not that many people were interested in it. Why? Because it's not what I normally do. It's outside my normal niche. So because of that, it is not that easy to switch a channel over. You know, so if you normally do spoilers and those are your money makers and that's where you make your money at normally, and you try to switch your channel completely over to doing something like Homelessness in America, well, then you probably aren't going to get paid that month. It's not that easy. I wish it was that easy. I wish YouTube had an algorithm like how TikTok does now. That would be fantastic, because people like myself and Mandy could branch out and do other things, but as of right now, in YouTube's current algorithm, it's just not a reality. And it's like this for all channels. If you go and look at any channel right now, you look at how many subscribers they have, and you look at their views, there's a big difference. They'll have like 500,000 subscribers, and then they'll get 30,000 views. Or they'll have 300,000 subscribers and 19,000 views. It's because YouTube changed their algorithm, and they're just not notifying people like they used to, because people were complaining that they were getting too many notifications because they were subscribed to too many channels. So YouTube said, okay, we're done with that. And they made this change, like, I want to say a year and a half, 2 years ago. Let's talk about money I have made on these videos. So as I told you guys the other night, I will show you this screenshot that I took at 3,500 views, and I made $26. And now I'm at 4,200 views or something, and I'm at $79. It's not what you guys think. I would love for it to be what you think, because then I'd be, you know, again, rolling in the dough, but that's just not the reality of it, okay? And the other thing is, somebody said, and I have like 20 commercials in my videos. No, yeah, all the yellow ticks that you see in my videos, those are my commercials. The other thing you have to keep in mind is skippable commercials do not get paid as much as non-skippable commercials. There's a lot of little things that go in there. And the other thing is, you only get paid the most on the first two commercials, because if you look at this screen right here, it says average view duration. So my video is 20 minutes long, or, you know, 25, 30 minutes long, and it's only getting viewed 40% of that. I'm really only getting paid for the first couple of commercials. So it's not what you guys think. Secondly, somebody brought up about my lives and how many commercials my live had in it. So keep in mind, when I do a live video, I don't get to go in and pick my commercials and my commercial placements. All I get to do is start the live. I start the live, you guys hop on, you watch it, then after I end it, then YouTube does its thing. The only thing I can click is whether or not that live becomes monetized or not, or is monetized or not. That's it. That's all I get to pick. Now, after the live is uploaded, after YouTube does its thing and puts the live up, then I can go in and make changes to the commercials. But for those first, like, I don't know, I want to say a couple hours after the live, can't really make any changes to it, because YouTube still doing its little processing, all of that, and they pick how many commercials are in there. And I agree with you guys, it is too many, because I think they put it like every 2 or 3 minutes, because again, YouTube makes money on our commercials. So of course they're going to put commercials in every 3 minutes. I myself don't like that. And usually when YouTube is done processing a video, I will go in and X out this commercial, this commercial, this commercial. But again, if you look at any of my videos, I do not have 20 plus commercials. I am not making a ton of money off of these videos. As a matter of fact, I lost a sponsorship over this video, which I will show you right here via this email, which I had to send out, I think it was yesterday. I don't know, my days are running together. Because basically I just told them, hey, look, I can't commit to you right now. I can't commit to a time frame. This was kind of unexpected. Again, not something I was planning on. I would much rather be doing sponsored and collaboration videos. However, this is eating up a lot of my time. So I am losing money on this situation. I'm not making money, okay? Again, and then you add in my gas and the money that I spent going out there, and then the gas that I'll be spending this weekend going out there. That $79 is going to be gone in no time. Best believe that. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, people are saying that, and I've seen this claim a lot, that there is a shelter in Portsmouth that they do not split up men and women. They only split them up for the night, and that's it. This is false, you guys. Let me just go ahead and put this out there right now. I called the shelter in Portsmouth. So in this, and I'm going to chop this name up. It's Saito County, okay? I'm going to put the spelling right here for you, okay? So this is their shelter in Portsmouth. There's one shelter in Portsmouth. There's a female side and there is a male side. They are 2 separate buildings. According to Robert, which is who I spoke to at the women's shelter, he is there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He said that they are separated. They're not really super close together. And also due to COVID, they are on lockdown right now. So because the boys, her sons, are over the age of 18, they would have to go to the men's side. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you guys. And she would not get to see them, and they would not get to see her because they are on lockdown. The only way you can leave the shelter, well, let me say this. You can leave the shelter, he said. He can't stop anyone from leaving. However, to get back in is a whole nother story. So the only way you can leave and get back in is if you clear it through Robert, or clear it through them, basically. And the only way they're going to clear you leaving and coming back is if, for instance, you're going to fill out an application, or you have like an appointment or something like that. Like you have to show proof of what you're claiming to go do it, and then come back. So that would be the only way really they would get to see each other, is if they both went to the same appointment or something like that. Because, you know, again, they're not allowed. There's no visitation right now due to COVID. Everything is locked down. All there is to it. So they, you know, that's not an option for them, especially because there is some things that has transpired in this last week. And I can't put that business out there because it's not mine. It does have to do with medical stuff. Mandy asked me not to, you know, speak on it in a video, so I'm not gonna speak on it. But I will say that with everything going on right now, they need to be together, and I don't think separating them is the answer. Although I think Mandy does kind of need some time away from them. It's I have my opinion on it, but at the same front, I also don't think they need to be separated right at this second in time. And I don't think that necessarily this shelter is the best course of action. Secondly, everybody's saying that the shelter has all of these resources. I talked to Robert. I went over. We had a very nice conversation. He was a very nice man. And he told me a lot of the resources they have. And it's not what you guys, or what, I shouldn't say you all, because it's not everyone. But it's not what people are claiming in the comment section. And it's not what a lot of people would think that they have. It's really not a lot. They do have like a rental assistance program. If you're there for 7 days, they will pay your first month and last month's rent and security deposit. However, it cannot be like an income-based housing because they consider that as double dipping. Also, when you do finally get your own place, they do give you like your first, I think he said week or months of groceries. They also have some help as far as getting like furniture and things like that once you get a place. But a majority of the help that they have is once you get a place, and then you staying there to get your own place. But they don't actually help you get your own place. They don't like give you the money or the funding or anything like that. It's basically like, we're going to give you a place to stay while you get a job and go get your own place and things like that. And again, I think that would be great for Mandy. And I think that is something she should definitely look into. However, with them splitting the boys up, I don't think that's a great idea at this second in time, because again, they wouldn't be able to see each other. And the other thing is, like, say if Mandy just goes out and tries to do all this stuff and the boys just stay there, they're going to get kicked out of the shelter if they don't do their own stuff. And you know what I'm saying? There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of little things involved. So what Mandy did say about the shelter was very true. The other thing is, somebody said that there was a hotel there. They gave me the phone number to the hotel. I did call them. It is a weekly hotel. You pay weekly. It's $275 a week plus a $5 key deposit. So obviously, if you do that math, it's over $1,000, $1,100 and something dollars. It's a lot of money for a month to stay there. Okay. Not to mention the fact that you need an ID. That's the next thing I want to talk about, IDs. In the state of Ohio, I've heard plenty of people say that in the state of Ohio, to get an ID is only $10. That is false. That is not true. I will put this up for you right here. In the state of Ohio, to get an ID, it is $25.75. And then if you use a card, they charge you a processing fee, so it actually comes to $27. Now, here's where the real ripoff comes in at. If you go and get your ID this week and then next week, so you pay $27 to get your ID, or $25.75 if you pay cash, whatever. You pay to get your ID this week. Then next week you go in and get your temps. Well, guess what? That's another $27. Then, and I know this because I just did this. I got my temps, I paid $27. And then the following week when I took my driving test, I had to pay another $27. They are not gonna not take the chance to swipe your card. You best believe that. Okay, so that's the other thing. Also in Ohio, I did talk to one of the ladies at the DMV, and I know I went through this, but it wasn't as bad because I already had insurance and stuff on my car. But you also do have to provide insurance in the state of Ohio. Again, we do have her a van, and I do have some money possibly set aside for insurance, depending on how much it's going to be. But again, I just wanted to put this out there. So for her to go get her ID and then license, or temps and then license, it's going to be 27 times 3. So right now, I don't think it's smart for her to go get her ID. I think she should wait. As I've already told her, just go get her temps and go get her license, because those are two things she's going to have to get. And that's going to be $54 by itself. So I told her to wait and just get those two things. So that is what we are working on getting right now. And I'm going to get to that here in just a second. Another thing, somebody said that there is cab vouchers there in that town, and that you can use those or get those from cab companies or from the homeless shelter to get around. That is false. There's no such thing. I called the cab companies. I called the homeless shelter. Again, they don't exist. Okay. The next thing, warrants, check fraud, South Carolina, Ohio. I can tell you guys 120%. There is no warrants on Mandy at this time. There are no check fraud cases at this time. Here is her entire rap sheet from the state of South Carolina, and nowhere in there is check fraud. What I think was going on, again, this is my opinion, I don't know, but what I think is what was going on is people were typing in her first name, her last name, and her maiden name all in the same line on these third-party websites. Well, when you do that, you're going to pull up her stuff and her name plus this other last name stuff, and it's going to be all combined under one thing. And from all the receipts and everything that was sent to me, all the screenshots of supposed charges, there were no birth dates underneath none of those charges, so you can't actually prove and show that they're Mandy's. I looked up her birth date. We looked up everything, okay? It actually ran through the same system that the police uses and everything else. There are no warrants. There are no warrants. They don't exist. Whoever is making that up is lying. They don't exist. There are no current warrants. At this moment in time, there are 0 warrants out for her, okay? Doxing Mandy. Somebody said, got mad at me, or a couple people got mad at me in the comments and said that I doxed Mandy. I did not dox Mandy. Okay, Mandy's address, how I got Mandy's address, it's in the bottom of all of her videos. Plain and simple, it's in the bottom of her videos. I did not dox her, so I'll just, like, whenever you want to apologize, just, you know where the comment section is, but I did not dox Mandy. Okay, the stimulus money. People were claiming if she got the first stimulus check, she should have gotten the second stimulus check. That is false. So unless you are on disability or unless you are a filer, you may have not gotten the second stimulus check. This is very common. I talked to a tax prep agent today. She is very knowledgeable about taxes. And I talked to one yesterday. So I talked to two separate people and they both told me and confirmed the same information. If you got the first stimulus check, you may have not gotten the second one. This is not unheard of. Okay. Secondly, the boys could get the second one and the next one, but there has to be a paper filed. It has to be filed today, and I am working on having that filed for Mandy. Mandy has the information where she needs to send it to. Hopefully she gets that done. And that brings me to my next point. Everything that I have asked Mandy to do up till this point, she has done. No questions asked. Period. End of story. So, you know, people saying, well, you're doing all this for her. What is she doing for herself? Well, she doesn't have a phone. She can't make phone calls. There's no pay phones. Trust me. I looked around. There were no pay phones at the Speedway and anything right up the street. Like, I couldn't find any. So, you know, she doesn't have the ability to sit and make the hours and hours worth of phone calls that I'm making all day. But everything that I've sent her to fill out, everything that I've sent her to do, she has done, with the exception of one thing, which hopefully will be done tonight. And I just asked her to do that. So everything that I've asked her to do, she's done. Now, Kush the dog. All right, so this is where I'm getting hung up. There was something about Kush the dog. There was money sent. However, I am being lied to, or have been lied to. And I don't know necessarily the people are doing it on purpose or what is going on. I do know there's one person in particular. I know for a fact that her heart's in the right place. I know for a fact that she's hurt. She feels like she was scammed over. I've talked to her thoroughly, okay? But I also feel like, you guys, that she is being taken advantage of by some of these other people whose hearts may not be in the right place. And they just may very well be trolls. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out right now. But what I do know is that I was sent some receipts for Kush the dog, and I have only been able to verify one of them. So everybody's saying that there was over $200 sent for Kush the dog. That's not, I can't verify that, you guys. I just can't. I can verify $100 for sure. If anybody has anything else, please feel free to email me. And again, I will be asking Mandy about this because I do think she does need to explain this a little bit. But I also think that some of these other people claiming that these are receipts that are not really receipts and basically putting Mandy in the doghouse and making her out to look like a scammer need to do some explaining too, because some things are not adding up. Mandy's supposed aunt in the comments. I've been told several times that Mandy's aunt is in the comments. I also even had somebody in my comment section claim to be Mandy's aunt. I cannot verify this. I cannot confirm this. As a matter of fact, everything points to say that she is not, in fact, Mandy's aunt. And the reason I say this is because all of the information, when I ask her for proof that she is, in fact, Mandy's aunt, the only information that she is giving me is Mandy's other daughter, okay? And the fact that she has a daughter. But the problem is, when I type in Mandy's name on Google, what comes up is an obituary, okay? And that obituary is from, I want to say 2005, Mandy lost a 16-month-old baby. And on that obituary, and she lost him due to illness, just so we're clear, he died from illness, so nothing shady going on. But on that obituary, it says the surviving siblings, parents, names, all of that. You take his surviving siblings, daughter's name, her daughter's name, you type it into Facebook, boom, there she is. So it's not really hard to find. So again, I'm not finding proof that that is really Mandy's aunt. I think it's just a troll. I'm just saying, you guys, I'm just being honest, okay? donations. What has been donated so far? Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys this right here. This is what has been donated. I have received 3 donations for Mandy at this time. There is a $20 donation, a $20.88 donation, and a $50 donation, which I will be taking those donations and putting them towards her ID card and insurance, hopefully. Now, of course, if Mandy needs, food and stuff in between there, I've had a few of you guys tell me that you donated to her Cash App and things like that. But this is what I have control over. And this is, again, I told you guys I will account for every penny. And this is what I'm telling you it will be going towards. Okay, now I've had a lot of you guys ask how you can help. Here's the thing. I need help with resources right now. That is the thing. I know a lot of you guys are wanting to help with like furniture and clothing and stuff like that. And that's great, but we're not there yet. Right now, we need to get her out of the shed, okay? The thing is, we obviously can't do the hotel. Like, I could pay for a week hotel. We could essentially do that. But it will only get her out of the shed for a week. And I don't really think that that's the answer to this process, okay? So we possibly have gotten her a job, hopefully. I'm still waiting to kind of hear back on that. And we do have a van on standby for her, but she's got to get her license and we got to get insurance on the van. So that person is basically just chilling, waiting, saying, hey, I got it. Just let me know when you need me, okay? So that is amazing and I cannot thank her enough. Okay, but right now, I need an alternative living situation. I have made a butt ton of phone calls. I have had other people make a butt ton of phone calls. I am not finding anything in this area. I even had, one of the tax prep, the person I was talking about, she called her connections in Toledo, Ohio, and she is not finding anything. Now, let me say this. I have had a ton of people email me with resources and it's been super helpful. But I have also had people email me with resources and then also in the comments of my video and in the comments of other people's videos claim, well, she could do this and she could do that and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? When I called about that, those places don't exist or they're not open or they're shut down because of COVID, etc., etc., etc. It's literally like they're sending me and or everyone else on a wild goose chase and wasting my time. And I don't have time for this. Mandy doesn't have time for this. If you really care about helping Mandy, then let me do what I need to do and other people try to find resources. But don't send us on no wild goose chase. Do not send also other channels, because I'm telling you right now, a lot of the things that I am being sent, I will bet my bottom dollar that they're being sent to these other channels as well as proof that she's scamming people. And I'm saying pictures from like saying that the water pipes weren't really there when I was there. And I'm telling you guys right now, I have seen the pictures that is going around claiming that it is proof that these water pipes were not there when I went there or just before I went there. The problem with that is the timelines aren't adding up. The weather, like they're claiming these pictures were taken on this day, but the weather that day was not sunshining. You know what I mean? There's also pictures that like where the time frame of the pictures that they're saying the pictures were taken from this point to this point. And the problem is there's like a huge like change in the entire environment around those pictures. So there are some things that are not adding up. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if it's Mandy scamming people or if it's people trolling and trying to make Mandy out to be like this liar and everything else. I don't care who you are. I'm going to bust you because I'm not playing with this. This is disgusting. Some of the things that I am seeing and hearing, and I am not playing with this. I don't have time for this. And if you're going to send me on a wild goose chase and waste my time and everybody else's time and money and everything, just, I don't know for what reason, because you're hurt, because she may have blocked you or because she didn't answer your question. I'm telling you right now, I'm having a hard time keeping up with the comments and the questions. And I have good internet service, a MacBook, and a phone. So can you only imagine how hard of a time she's having? Not to mention, I'm sure she doesn't think of the things that I'm thinking of, where I'm like, okay, you said this picture was taken on this day, and then I get on and look at what the weather was that day, and look, because I want verification. I want to see timestamps of when the picture is taken. You're not going to send me timestamps? Okay, well, why aren't you going to send me timestamps? So then maybe the picture wasn't taken that day. You know what I'm saying, you guys? So I'm just telling you, there is some shady stuff going on here. Again, I don't think that everything Mandy has said has been 100%, but I also don't think for 2 seconds the claims that are being made in my comment section and other people's videos comment section is 100% either, because it is not. It is a whole lot of he said, she said, and y'all are grown adults and you should know better. And I don't know why there's all this trolling going on. I don't know why everybody is like wanting to say, oh, I donated to her, here's my receipt, but it's actually a fake receipt. I don't have time for this, you guys. I really just don't. So please stop. Like, please stop. You're not helping anything. And I think you know that, which is essentially why you're doing this. So just stop, okay? I don't have time for the trolls. I don't have time for people trolling the comments. If you're going to troll the comments, I'm just going to block you, okay? You want to write your own comment, even if you have a differing opinion. Even if you don't believe Mandy, if you don't believe me, whatever, I don't care. But be respectful. Do not spread untruths and say they are truths or they are facts when you don't really know. If you don't know, if you really do know and you have facts and you have truth, by all means, please email me. But do not have a differing opinion, claim that something is fact when you know dang good and well it's not, and waste my time and everybody else's in the comment section, because we don't have time for this. I don't have time for this. I had other videos planned for today. I had other videos planned for last weekend. I had my Truly Beauty investigation. I had that sponsorship. I had a lot of stuff going on, and I don't have time for this he said, she said, and the trolling. I really just don't. And also keep in mind, if I'm not replying as quickly back to your all's comments, I'm one person trying to do this and man the control center here, and also try to get this girl help. Also, we may have, I forgot to say this, we also may have a cell phone for her. I found out about a $10 cell phone plan. I do have a cell phone on standby for her, and I had somebody else offer one the other day. So definitely got a couple cell phones on standby. So we, are good there, but we need to get, the big thing now is we need to figure out something with this whole housing situation and getting her this job and getting her this ID. And I also need help with transportation, because you guys, again, I am only one person and I need to get her transported to the DMV and things like that. And I can take her for her driver's license test, no problem. I'll let her use my car, I don't care. But I need help with getting her temps, getting her up there to do her written test, because Steve only has 1 day off during the week. I have kids that are in school. They're getting ready to switch over to full-time schooling. So I need to figure out some kind of way to transport her. Like, I was thinking about maybe, using some of this money to call and get her like oh my gosh, what do you call that thing where you call and they come pick you up? Not a cab, but the newer thing. Oh my gosh, I can't even think right now. But you guys know what I'm saying. That thing. So I was thinking about doing something like that, but there also is a couple other places that I need her to go and fill out for housing. Oh, that's another thing. The Section 8 housing right now is not accepting applications. However, they will be opening up, she said, so to call back, every couple of weeks, because they do open it up and then it fills right up. So that's another thing. Section 8 housing right now are not accepting applications. And but I did find a few places that are income-based housing. The problem is, obviously, she's got to get a job first, and then she's got to have like a couple weeks paycheck before she can go and apply and fill out for the income-based housing. So I do have those numbers when we get to that point. Okay, so that is everything. That is where I'm at right now. I cannot even believe that this video is already 33 minutes long. Whew, okay. And I literally have been talking nonstop. So you guys, again, this is a lot. This is a whole lot. Please understand, I'm trying to do everything I can to investigate every claim, everybody's side, because again, I want the truth for everyone. I want the truth for Mandy. If Mandy's scamming and scam donators, I feel like they deserve the truth as well. But I'm also seeing a lot of donators kind of scamming Mandy, essentially, or lying on Mandy and saying that they did things that they didn't really do. I do think there is, like I said, one particular individual who is, you know, extremely hurt, and she really did do some things. I did have another person who did send me some legitimate things that she shipped to Mandy, but I've already kind of confirmed that those things are there, so I know Mandy did not scam her over. So you guys, this is getting crazy. This is like a rabbit hole like no other. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna edit this, hopefully get it up, and I really do appreciate everything, you guys. And I will have a video up in 2 days, I promise you. I recorded my FabFitFun, and I've got some other stuff. Like I've got my Ipsy coming, my BoxyCharm, and other stuff. And oh my god, look, I finally got the Mel Thompson Tiny Marvels palette, you guys. Like, I took pictures of it the other day, and I haven't even got it up on, I ordered this before I left for vacation. So, or was it right after I got back? I don't know. Either way, I haven't even got to play in that. So that's how you know I'm busy, right here, when this palette is untouched, and I haven't even put up Instagram photos yet. So, all right. Love you guys. I really do appreciate all your help. If you have any questions, again, if you need my immediate response, please DM me and email me. If you have resources, please, I need that as quickly as possible. DM me, email me. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, you guys, see ya.